If you're feeling stressed or anxious or just overthinking right now, watch this video. I've got some news for you. I want to shed some light on something called the spotlight effect. The spotlight effect is something that makes us think that much more attention is being paid to us than is actually being paid to us. So the spotlight effect causes us to overestimate our feelings of judgment and visibility. This can manifest itself in both positive and negative ways. So let's say you just gave the best presentation ever in your classroom. You're looking at all your classmates, you're completely in awe from your informative presentation. But the reality is that they'll probably forget about it within the next 5 minutes. Let's say you're having a conversation with your friends and you just made a comment that could not be more inaccurate. You're probably thinking, oh, nobody's gonna ever forget this. I'm so embarrassed. It's likely that your friends will probably have forgotten about this comment within the next 5 minutes. So the spotlight effect can also make us overvalue an event just by virtue of the fact that it may be the first time that we are ever experiencing it. So let's say you have a toddler. The toddler falls on the ground, gets a paper cut, maybe starts bleeding. The way they react is just as if their entire world had just ended. This is because of the spotlight effect. Because the toddler has never experienced an event like this small event seemingly has much more significance than it actually carries, just by virtue of the fact that it's the worst thing that the toddler has experienced up until this point. Another similar, more prominent way the spotlight effect can manifest itself is through first impressions. It's the first time this person's meeting you. They have no idea who you are. So let's say you're having a bad day. You got an injury that day. Maybe you received some really bad news that day. If you're having a bad day and this affects your behavior, unfortunately the spotlight effect makes it so that a person is very likely to overestimate the significance of your behavior just by virtue of the fact that they have nothing to measure this up against. The spotlight effect can also cause us to pass up opportunities in our lives because we are so focused on the way our pursuit of the opportunity will be perceived by other people. But the reality is that nobody's really thinking about your behavior. Next time you see an opportunity you want to take advantage of, go for it. Be unapologetically yourself and go for the things that you want. So how can we correct for the spotlight effect? Well, one really good way is to just simply be aware of it. Next time you get that intrusive thought in your head that says, oh, what will these people think of me if I do this, if I say this? You'll become aware of your heightened perceived sense of judgment and you'll correct for it. Another way you can correct for the spotlight effect is just sort of zoom out. Put yourself in the shoes of yourself 10 years from now. Ask yourself, am I even going to remember the event that I'm thinking about right now? A third way you can correct for the spotlight effect is to just reverse the roles. So put yourself on the giving end as opposed to the receiving end of this supposed judgment. And you realize that even if you did see somebody get publicly rejected, the likelihood is that you're just thinking about your own business. So you can use these tactics to reduce the spotlight effect and reduce these obstacles in your life. If you want to explore new avenues for personal growth and consistently practice gratitude and awareness in your everyday life, I'm committed to putting out content that will show you that you are much more resilient than you think you are. Hit the subscribe button and stay tuned for more content. Thanks, guys.